758 wanted to get there. Cohen de Viescher just missed out. But now 112 are in the money. It's time to knuckle down and fight for a final table seat. Still in are two formidable pros who want to make EPT history, while the Latin American giants are hoping to secure their first European title. This is day 3 of the PokerStars.com EPT Barcelona. In a city renowned for its architecture and culture, a record-breaking field of 758 players decided that taking a share of the whopping 3.79 million prize pool was more of a draw. The last few days saw qualifiers and amateurs mix it up with top poker personalities from around the world.
Yeah, I think I'm playing pretty well actually. I've got some good reads and make some nice moves, so I'm pretty happy with it, yeah.
But of course, quite a few names have fallen, including Season 6 San Remo winner Liv Bury.
I don't understand why that happens. Nice hand.
And Olympic gold medalist Fatima de Melo.
Full house against a river royal flush. I heard that once in a lifetime people get a royal flush. It's a bit sick and it's a bit sour.
Welcome to day 3 of Barcelona. All these 112 players are in the money, but this is where the hard work really starts. It's a long road to that final table, and the championship title is anyone's for the taking.
3 players remain with the chance of doing the double, but it's Jan Bubly who has the most motivation. Rewind to Season 2, and it was this French pro who took down the title.
It's a queen, Jan Bubly's won it!
I hope to have more chance, more luck than yesterday. I hope so.
So could he be the first to do the double with the added sweetener of it being in the same city? Also still in the mix is Welshman Roberto Romanello, who was very active on day 2.
Am I tilting you? Wow! I didn't realise you saw tilted.
Top pro Alex Gomez is at our feature table, but pretty short stacked, so we'll have to get busy early. 2 seats next to him and living the poker dream is Georgios Katardis, who is playing his first ever EPT.
I won the EPT qualifier online for this event. That's why I'm here now, and it's a great time. And I'm hoping with my recent form that I'm gonna win this year too.
And last but not least, there are a few locals in the mix, hoping for that first Spanish victory on home soil. The action is underway. Let's join the TV table with commentators James Hartigan and William Reynolds.
And a great lineup on our feature table. We have the man who's looking to do the Barcelona double, Jan Bubly. Plus, we've got a regular face on the EPT. Paul Berenda made the final table of the high roller in Monte Carlo last season. Plus, Brazilian pro Alex Gomez. So who else is on the TV stage? We've got the Greek amateur online qualifier, Georgios Skotadis. He's in the 6th seat. And the man they're calling Elke's nemesis, Kimo Pusa, is in the 8th seat. Straight to the action. Everyone, of course, in the money now, William. Does that take the pressure off?
People become much more willing to gamble up stacks once the bubble bursts.
You went with some friends from Canada?
Yeah, there were a bunch of us.
Just non-poker friends, or?
No, they were all poker friends.
Oh, well, they don't count then. Action has been folded around to Alex all-in Gomez.
I'm all in.
And he is all-in.
All in.
He's short-stacked, shoves with Jack 10.
He's living up to the nickname.
Call. Oh, bad timing, Alex.
Bad timing. Terrible timing.
I'll need it.
Yeah, he needs that luck.
And he knows it.
Yes. Easy.
17% equity. We could be saying goodbye to the Brazilian pro on the very first hand at this feature table.
Gomez is not a timid player. He doesn't want to wait to move up the money. He has his eye on the prize.
It's David Nunes, the Spaniard, who is now a commanding favorite to win this pot and eliminate Gomez.
Take the 8.
Alex will need running cards. This could be all over on the turn. He is drawing dead. Alex Gomez is out.
Nice playing. Good game. Well.
Ever the gentleman. Congratulates his opponent and collects €7,500. Well, let's head to the outer tables and check in on Elke, who has shoved the river with his king-high flush. Bryn Kenny's called him. Elke shows the flush. And Bryn Kenny says, take my money, I cannot beat that hand. Elke now comfortably sitting on a stack of 185,000. Meanwhile, the 2001 World Series of Poker main event champion Carlos Mortensen is all in with ace-5, crushed by ace-10. Carlos is going to need some help. 5, 9 or 6 needed to survive. It doesn't come. So he goes out, and his chips will go across to the American player Toma Berda, who now has a stack of 308,000. Well, while we were away, we lost a player from our feature table. Vincent Ramon eliminated in 92nd place. So Roberto Romanello is going to be taking the empty chair. If there's one thing we know about Roberto, he'll get the table talking.
Chatterbox.
I remember watching you on season 1 of the WPT, right? Or is it season 2?
I don't remember if season 1 or season 2.
Okay, either way, a long time.
WPT or EPT?
WPT.
No, UPT, Barcelona. I win this one.
I don't believe this is going.
Hey, Roberto.
Hi.
Such a polite young man. Blind still 3,000, 6,000. Action is on Eloy Lopez. 7-3 off, justifiably folds that rubbish. Queen 10 for Nunes.
He might play it.
Nah, not today. A6 for Skatadis. Mucks it.
To online, you know, exactly know what you got.
Not a great welcome to the table for Roberto. 10-3 off. King, Queen for the former champion of Barcelona, who is raising the button.
Solid picture hand.
Barenda mucks the small blind. Todd Sisley will re-raise from the big blind with Jack 8.
James, quick, grab my shovel. I'm digging this. Todd just acknowledged Booley's previous poker accomplishments and waited no time to 3-bet his button open. Generally, neighbors aren't supposed to steal from each other, but when chips are in the middle, it's all fair game. Booley could call here and see a flop, but he's going to respect it.
Wow.
It almost took longer than me.
Stare down competition here.
I guess so.
Very serious.
Just a raise and a re-raise. Let's see a flop.
Is that a tight laydown?
Yes, my top 3 would be all in, call, fold.
Well, the blinds are going up, and we are going to play this hand from the perspective of the new man at our feature table, Roberto Romanello. So we won't see anyone else's hole cards.
Roberto's played a lot of pots on these feature tables. Now we're going to be in his eyes, his shoes.
Very good. You learn, see? At least you learn. Some people, they don't learn.
I'm doing this for you now. We're all making friends.
Right.
So Roberto's in the big blind, and he's facing a raise from Eloy Lopez.
I'm crazy.
Huh?
I am crazy.
You are crazy.
Yeah.
And before he raises, he announces he's crazy.
You say I raise or I'm crazy?
Both.
Now, when someone announces they're crazy and then raises, I'm thinking he's got the goods.
Well, you know what? I still think he's crazy.
What does Roberto think?
Okay, come on. Let's see a flop. Give everybody a bit of an entertainment.
Roberto's thinking play ball.
We like entertainment. Thank you, Roberto, for making the call with your pocket 8s. King high flop.
Fairly safe flop. Only one overcard to Roberto's 8s.
Checks to the razor. A very quick continuation bet from Lopez. Didn't even think about it.
And a ponder from Roberto.
On a scale of 1 to worried, how concerned is he about that king?
He's still thinking this man's crazy. Not too worried.
He makes the call. Turn card is another king and a third spade. Roberto checks.
And Roberto does not have a spade with those eights. But if he was good on the flop, he's probably still good on the turn. Unless Lopez hit that flush. And now he fired the flop immediately, but now he's seriously considering what to do.
He's decided to fire a second barrel.
And this is a small turn bet in relation to the pot compared to his flop c-bet. Roberto may read this tiny bet as weak, and he could possibly check raise and take down the pot here.
With his two pairs, he elects to call. So we go to the river.
Roberto still does not believe Lopez, and either do I.
Ooh, a fourth spade and an ace.
Worst card in the deck.
Pull him.
Insta shove from Lopez.
Roberto, sometimes you gotta be a hero. Call! Pull that trigger.
Nice hand.
He folds.
Well, slap my head and call me foolish.
You're winning. You rivered me.
He was bluffing with the best hand.
I made 2 good calls and I got rivered.
He'd raised the turn. He might have won it then.
He was value shoving?
Hmm?
Said he was value shoving there?
I was thinking of betting, but like...
That was not a value bet.
I got rivered. I had no spade. That's the game.
And you love it, Roberto.
Welcome back to the PokerStars.com EPT Barcelona, where we started the day with 112, but we're already down to 75. The jacks of Nicolas Schwiti ran into aces, so that's one former EPT winner out. While English pro Surinder Sunar has also bust. Both take home €9,000, but not the payday they were expecting. It's getting brutal out in the trenches, but it seems there's a lot of love at our TV table.
Don't worry, you'll be all right. I get bullied all the time.
You're most of the time the bully.
No, it's not true. I'm a nice person.
Well, it looks like Roberto is back to his old tricks after he was all action on day 2. He's unfazed by joining a new table, but how do you approach a new group of players, and what do you look for?
When you do approach a table, always be wary, you know, of the players that are on the table, and if you know how good they are, what their range is for opening raises, you know. Are they capable of re-raising you? Do you think he is? You know, it's always best to feel the table first for a few rounds and see how everybody's playing. How big, how short the stack is to my left, you know, how big the stack is to my right. A couple of short stacks to your left, sometimes it can be a little bit of a nuisance, where you know if you're going to be opening lightly, and these players, if they're good enough players, they're going to be reshipping you most of the time. So I try sometimes to just like tighten up a little bit. Picking up tells, you know, that's basically the biggest part of my game. How somebody picks their chips up to make a bet, you know, can be so important to me. If he says the slightest thing, you know, it could be yes or no, that would be enough for me.
How much? About 250.
You know, to make a decision whether I think he's weak or strong. And a pulse on the neck, I'm not always looking for, you know, breathing, pulse, you know, anything like that is so important to me. So yeah, I'm always looking for live tells. This is a massive part of my game.
Slow down.
Slow down,
Slow down. Not in Paris now, but in Barcelona.
Oh, yeah. I prefer.
Barcelona EPT.
I prefer.
You prefer?
You know why?
You're not playing with your French guys
You know
now.
why or not?
Huh?
You know why or not?
Why?
Because I win it. One time.
One time? It's not one time?
Maybe 2 times.
I have to say it one time. But
Congratulations.
You understand why I prefer Barcelona?
Anyway, just be careful, okay?
In Paris, I finished only second. You see?
Second.
Here, first.
Are they good players in Paris, your friends?
Come.
You invite me, huh?
Yes, of course.
So Georgios Skotadis has the table chip lead at the moment. Bubli, Nunes and Berenda all have fewer than 200,000 chips. Bubli with Jack 10, not going to play.
against, I feel like position were different.
Action has been folded around to the crazy man.
Still just a...
Muy Loco Lopez. With 10-7 offsuit, he's not disappointing us.
He's made it 17,500.
And over to the table chip leader, who has the button and a clean, crisp shirt.
He also has a playable hand. What would you do with King Queen in this spot against a player with Lopez's reputation?
Well, if he re-raises, he's risking giving Lopez the opportunity to 4-bet all in. I would take the safer route and call in position.
That's exactly what he's done.
King Queen flops really well.
I didn't see it.
Well, he's flopped a straight draw.
He's ahead of any non-paired hand at this point, and it looks like Lopez is just going to check fold here.
No.
He's probably afraid of Giorgio's big chip stack.
25,000. There's the bet from the Greek. And Lopez,
he's counting chips.
He is not check folding, he's check raising.
He's living up to the Loco image. He really wants to win this pot.
How does Skotadis respond now?
Well, he has a lot of chips, he has position, and the raise is fairly small. He can hit a 10 for the stone nuts.
He has elected to call Lopez's raise.
Doesn't believe Lopez yet. And on to the turn.
Which sees Lopez take the lead. He now has a pair of sevens and he's picked up the flush draw.
Let's see if he slows down here after Giorgio's call. Giorgio's telling Lopez he has some type of hand. Lopez may just try to check it and get to the river here with his pair of sevens, a 10 high flush draw.
He's considering his options. And he decides to bet a smaller bet than the size of his raise on the flop.
It's cheaper now. Why is it so cheap? Hello?
Barato.
Eh?
Cheap.
Very cheap. It was 63 before.
A confusing bet.
Lopez is as sly as a fox with bets and raises as strong as an ox.
Does not look overly comfortable though, does he? But Georgios gives him credit and folds the hand.
And Lopez knows more ways to take your money than a room full of lawyers. He's going to win that pot. Excellently played.
He thinks he got away with one there. Well, let's head out to the floor where we find another Lopez in action. Carlos Lopez, all in with aces, called by Elke with nines. Looking good for Lopez. Oh, not anymore. Elke's running like Elke.
Bink.
Carlos Lopez is eliminated. He collects 9,000 euros. It's his second cash in 2 years of playing this tournament in Barcelona. And Elke's now up above 400,000 in chips.
True force.
Let's return to our feature table where we have an all-in. Roberto Romanello calling the 4-bet shove from David Nunes. And he's flipping.
You have to win these to win a tournament. It's a big pot.
Nunes with the overcards, Romanello with the slight lead. Nunes the player who needs to hit to survive. So far so good for Roberto. Nunes drawing to 3 aces and 3 queens. Doesn't fancy his chances, does he?
With an extremely limited backdoor draw, how can you?
Same outs needed, with 1 card to come. Nunes on the verge of elimination. Not a happy camper. He's gone. David Nunes finishes in 75th place here at EPT Barcelona. He'll collect 11,000 euros from the cage. It's his first ever cash on the European Poker Tour.
Thank you, Tila.
Roberto chips up nicely.
Gets a bit healthier.
And a bit quieter than the Roberto Romanello we've come to know and love.
Speak, Roberto, speak!
That's the winner's trophy. We've got two French players looking to take down their second EPT. Jan Bubly's one of them, but he is short right now with about 11 big blinds. And he decides to shove with 8s.
This is a perfect opportunity to double up.
And he might get that opportunity because Todd Sisley seems interested.
Bear, how much is that?
As he should be interested, he knows Ace-Queen is going to be well ahead of an 11 big blind shoving range. And Sisley himself only has a shade over 20 big blinds and he's in late position. This is a great spot to re-jam all in.
Yeah, well,
I'm all in.
And that's what he does.
As long as no one wakes up behind Sisley, these two are going to be off to the races.
Roberto looks down at junk.
Black guys.
He gets out of the way, and here we go. Jan Bubly's tournament on the line. He wants to do the Barcelona double. He won here in Season 2. Can he survive and be with a shot of winning here in Season 7? Needs the 8s to hold. It's literally 50-50. And there's the ace on the flop, which sees Sisley take the lead. Bubly drawing to 1 out because we saw Roberto Romanello fold an 8. Just a 2% chance of Jan Bubly's dream staying alive. It doesn't come. He is eliminated from the tournament in 71st place. An 11,000 euro cash.
Thank you.
Not the same as winning your second EPT title, is it? On the outer tables, Leo Fernandez, all in pre-flop with ace-10, called by Giuseppe Pantaleo, and Leo has taken the lead on the flop, courtesy of the ace of diamonds. Pantaleo needs to hit an 8 to eliminate Leo. It doesn't come. Fernandez will double up. Giuseppe will ship a significant portion of his stack over to the Argentinian pro. Leo now sitting on a stack of 363,000. Pantaleo was one of the chip leaders, but he's now fallen out of the top 10, which currently looks like this. The Russian player Roman Macklin has broken through the 1 million chip mark, with Dominic Nietzsche and Christopher Thorson on his heels. Bryn Kenny was the chip leader at the end of day 2. He's currently sitting in 4th position. And 10th in chips is Roberto Romanello, and here comes his friend, Julio Beluccio.
Dreams do come true.
No show, Roberto. No show, sorry. 100,000. I cannot give show. Just one move. Just one move. It's all in. Just one move.
These two had a lot of fun together yesterday, but Julio doesn't feel he can mess around with just 10 big blinds.
Yo fatal.
Thomas?
100,000.
¿Qué pasó?
And he arrived at the table in time to take the big blind. Let's see if anyone wants to take him on.
Well, he can't raise in the dark this time.
He can call in the dark if someone shoves on him.
Touché.
My friend's big blind.
Yeah.
Roberto is happy to let that go. Kimo Pusa looks down at Queen 3. Knows he either has to let it go or put them all in.
You know any decent card? No.
Oh, very decent cards.
Good luck, my friend.
He wakes up with ace-king.
That's better than decent.
That's pretty decent.
It's not a pair. I'm not happy.
You're not happy?
No, 60-40 is not. I prefer to have a pair.
He's not to know it, but he's actually way better than 60%.
Bigger than 3.
Queen's is good for him.
Bigger than 3. No.
No offense, but I played with him all day yesterday. I really want him to win. He's a good friend of mine.
None offense taken. I want him to win too.
We saw a queen and a 3 folded. That's why Pusa only has 25% here. And Beluccio is now an 86% favourite to double up. That turn card takes away nearly all of Pusa's outs. A queen would give Beluccio the straight. The heart would give him the flush. He can only hit the 3 of spades. And would you believe it? He pulls a 1-outer out of the bag.
I'm stunned.
The poker god is swarming.
I'm destroyed. I'm distraught.
He looked at me.
How do you think Roberto feels?
Nice to meet you. Me too.
How do you think Julio feels?
I kind of believe
I had a queen as well.
The word sick is overused in poker, but that, ladies and gentlemen, was so sick.
Welcome back to the PokerStars.com EPT Barcelona. As we edge closer to the big money, the large stacks are making their presence felt, and the field is shrinking with the loss of some great characters, including the lovable Julio Beluccio.
The tournament chip leader has come to the feature table. It's the 21-year-old Russian Roman Macklin. He has nearly $1.25 million in chips.
Roman plays a lot of 5, 10, and 10-20 no limit online. Let's see if he can use this chip lead to his advantage.
He's not going to play this hand. Action has been folded to Roberto Romanello in the hijack seat.
Squeeze.
He's got the aces. And he's gone all serious again.
Now he's pondering what to do with these aces. What are you pondering about, Roberto?
Blinds are currently 5 and 10,000 with an ante of 1,000. Roberto is going to raise. He makes it 22k. Pusa folds. Jani Rasanen folds. Paul Berenda has King Jack and a stack of just 98,000.
King Jack not suited on the extreme short stack.
He is all in.
At the wrong time.
Oh. Snap call by Roberto. Oh, I feel for you, Paul. There's a jack. There's 2 of them.
And just like that, the red and black aces get cracked.
Now it's Roberto who needs to hit. He will need to see an ace on the river, or Paul Berenda will double up.
Attention.
He gets that double up. A full house on the river.
Nice hand.
Say it like you mean it.
How much is it? 97. 97. Okay.
So Roberto takes a bit of a knock, but he still has more chips than he started the day with, and he is still around average.
Okay, now I'm gonna keep this duck.
97.
He's earned it, eh? He's
Yeah,
done his hard work.
He's doing better now.
You lucky duck, you.
Elke needs some luck. He's all in with queens. He's run into the aces of Jesus Cortez Lozano. A huge pot here, 800,000 in the middle. Elke does not see a lady on the flop. He needs a queen on the turn or river. The clubs are no good to him. Lozano's got the ace of clubs. Elke's gone. His hopes of winning his second EPT title dashed. He has a 56th place finish here in Barcelona. He'll collect 13,000 euros. As for Lozano, he's now one of the chip leaders. He has 950,000 in front of him. All of the previous EPT champions have now been eliminated. We return to our featured table where we have a lot of short stacks, William.
Yeah, the majority of the table is below the tournament average here. Everyone's going to have to start making moves.
This guy's shown he can make a few moves.
He's made some beautiful moves. Not this time.
Georgios Skotadis got here via an online satellite after recently taking down the Sunday Million tournament.
Quite an impressive feat. That tournament generally gets around 7,000 to 8,000 players.
He's raised it up here with King Jack suited. A late position raise. Kimo Pusa has queens on the button.
It's a good spot to hold the ladies.
Counting out the yellow 5,000 chips. I figure we're going to see a re-raise here. Yep, the 3-bet is to 65,000. His fellow Finn folds. Paul Berenda gives up his king-queen in the big blind. But Skotadis very quickly makes the call. He's happy to see a flop here. And that flop brings an overcard to Pusa's queens. It also brings 2 hearts, giving Skotadis the flush draw, the nut flush draw, and it looks like he is going to bet it. He will lead out into the guy who had the pre-flop betting lead.
I'm not particularly fond of this flop lead. It takes away his opponent's opportunity to c-bet and airball. Check raising all in would be a much more efficient than betting out.
Instead, it's Pusa who moves all in for 234,000.
It's fine. The 1,000 not going to make the difference. But take the 71 out, please.
Georges is going to do a little bit of math here. He's going to calculate how much more it is to call and how much is already in the pot. He's 40% to win at this point. And there's 460,000 in the middle, and it's only 160,000 more to call. He is getting the right odds.
Well, I kind of have to now, don't I?
I think he's realized the price is right.
1 + 1 = 2.
Nice call.
I'll tell you now if it's a nice call. Oh, it's not a nice call.
Pusa under the impression he was beat.
He's got to sweat kings and hearts.
Come on, even the king. Good luck.
And there's the heart on the turn with no redraw for Kimmo Pusa. Drawing dead. There's another heart just to put the final nail in his coffin as he walks away from our feature table in 54th place.
Jesus.
His chips go across to Georgios Skotadis, who now has a stack of 648,000. Doing very well for someone who considers himself to be an amateur player.
Hi, my name is George Skotadis. Poker started off as a hobby. I've never played an EPT. This is my first EPT. Still, it's absolutely amazing. I never dreamt to get into the money. If I was to win this tournament, it would be great. I've been engaged for the last 5 years almost, and we never got through because it's gonna be a big fat Greek wedding, really. We never had the money to do it, and right now I guess I ought to get married within the next year.
So now you see the negative side to winning money in a poker tournament. You have to get married.
He's been awfully quiet.
Roberto?
Yeah. You've been quiet.
Well, when you get aces busted, it's like it knocks you for 5 a little bit. I'll chirp up in a minute.
I love the way they now expect Roberto to be the table joker.
Well, he has been all day.
Action's been folded to Todd Sisley. He's got ace king. Oh, hang on a sec. Lopez has acted out of turn.
If you raise,
It's okay.
No.
I'll explain him.
So,
You
yeah,
can
just
do
can you
whatever
just
you want.
explain to me my options?
You can do whatever you want. If you are raising more than this amount, he can do whatever he wants. If you're just calling, the raise
So you can
stays.
take it back now, right? Then.
No, leave it like this, because if you call, the raise is going to be
And if
the
I
amount.
raise,
If you are
his
raising-
raise does not count.
Yeah.
It's not- yeah, you
Just
open
the-
the
Okay.
action again.
Thank you.
So if you call, his raise stands.
Sorry. That's okay.
Lopez wasn't paying attention, but he has apologised.
If he raises, can he still re-raise?
Yeah, because he's opening the action.
Marina Kremser has cleared everything up. Todd Sisley now knows where he stands. If he calls, Lopez's raise stands. Any aggressive action, Lopez can take the money back.
I raise.
Okay, raise to 23,000.
I think he's going to take it
Can you explain
back.
in Spanish? He can take it back.
And fortunately for Lopez, that mistake did not cost him anything. He got away cheap.
You didn't understand, no?
I just asked if he gets the money back, and she said no.
No, if he would have called, the raise would have stand. It would stand, but he raised.
I thought we cleared it up already.
And the table chip leader is going to try to flop a set of deuces.
I'm all. Is it on me?
yes.
I'm all out.
Is it just me, or is that joke wearing a little bit thin?
It's a bit overused.
Thank you.
Did you think I was going in?
I was waiting for you to say that.
Really? I'm gonna have to get a new one.
Damn straight.
New catchphrase.
Huh?
New catchphrase.
Yeah.
So it's not just Roman Macklin who's gone set mining. Skotadis has come along for the ride as well with sixes, and he's flopped the better full house. Sisley is going to continue, though.
There's this theory out there that nobody folds a boat. However, this is a great flop to continuation bet. Well, the theory doesn't hold. He folded a boat.
Skotadis, however, is going to stay true to that theory. He must have read the book. He is raising. He's made it 100,000 straight.
Now this may be a good spot for Todd to come over the top. George is called pre-flop after an opened and another call. That rules out all big pairs, so at this point he can only have a mid pair or quads.
Sisley decides to let it go. And George just wins another pot.
One step closer to that big fat Greek wedding.
He started day 3 with 269,000 chips, and over the course of the last 88 hands, he's almost tripled that stack.
We are well into the money at the biggest EPT Barcelona ever, and one of the remaining players will walk away with the first prize of €825,000.
If you're already a registered PokerStars.com player, you're all set. But if not, grab your laptop and download the free software from www.pokerstars.com and start qualifying for the European Poker Tour. You could win a seat to our very next EPT event from the comfort of your very own home. Good luck.
Welcome back to the PokerStars.com EPT Barcelona, where our feature table has been all action as chips have been flying back and forth across the felt. Eloy and Todd tangled ace-9 versus ace-king, but hitting the 9 on the flop saved Todd's tournament. These two were at it again a few hands later, but this time Todd didn't fancy his chances.
I'm all in. 350? Okay, I'm gonna fold.
The introduction of Zachary Corrick led to some more action.
I don't care, I still go all in. No way I'm folding to him.
As he lost a big hand to Yanni when his queen-jack offsuit failed to hit the board. Bassi then swiftly doubled up in the next hand. Let's see if he can get back to the comfort zone as we rejoin the TV table.
As we come to the end of day 3, 45 players remain. Blinds now 6,000 and 12,000.
And folding king-queen off as the table chip leader under the gun, that's a tight fold.
You understand it, George? Yeah? You understand?
We shoving.
Zachary is all in.
Again. And again and again and again and again.
Here's the table short stack.
I'll say it, okay?
Cool.
He was down to just 4 big blinds, and now he's all in for 10 big blinds.
I already like Zachary. He makes good all-in bets.
Yanni Rasanen considering calling here with ace-7.
14.
He's a mid-suited ace. This is for about 1/6 of his chips, but he still has opponents behind him that he has to worry about.
Then I could still raise fold with 140.
Maybe Rasanen is considering re-raising.
Call.
Nope. He's decided to call.
You need to put stack forward because it's confusing. Make the call. Ollie.
There's the reshove.
That's why, you see? So now you know where you are. Okay, now push all your stack in now, mister.
300.
No, just put it in so they can get a count.
More or less.
This table's descending into farce.
Stack forward, that's it, dealer.
It'd be hilarious if I triple up here.
There's no mistakes then.
Yeah.
Zachary, you get a free triple. You fold.
And Yanni folds.
I don't know what I have.
How much was it more?
You already have?
No, I do. 14. Did he fold? Could I show?
He folded, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You folded. Of course I folded.
You're ahead,
That's
bro.
like
It's cool.
200k more there.
What is that?
King Jack.
Really?
What the hell is going on here?
Nice for you, dude. What an image I have. Wow, it's worse than the internet.
Why are you shoving there?
Only you guys know.
You call, and you think a lot.
I don't know what the hell is going on.
I know you have
It's
not
not like
a
it's
big
holding
hand.
for me, but
If you want to double him or triple him up, then that's real good
But
play.
I want to win.
listen, he's thinking it's all good.
He can do whatever he wants.
It's a good game.
At the end of the day,
If he
he's
three times, he still don't mind.
No, to his range, you're not even that much.
Does he think that he's gonna make an impasse?
But the question is he still folding?
Yeah, that's the big question.
And I didn't believe he was folding still.
Never.
I had ace-7, so
The big question
I'm
is
not, like,
why do I lose
putting
flips?
300k
That's
on
the big
that.
question.
Sorry?
The big question is why do I lose flips? But this one better hold. Wow.
I folded the 6.
Welcome back to the European Poker Tour, where Zachary Korik is all in with sixes against Eloy Lopez's King Jack.
Wow.
And Lopez immediately picks up an up and down straight draw.
Black deuce, red deuce.
I don't know what to say. It's good. That'll be a good turnaround. I'm definitely way behind there. I shouldn't jam like 11 bigs with counterfeit outs. What a
Sixes
sick.
are still good. Nines, aces, kings, queens, jacks. A lot of outs, but instead it's a 7.
Zachary triples up.
Why double up when you can triple up?
Of course, the 7 was Rassinen's card.
I like how he says it. It's very...
Chaos reigns. Meanwhile, out on the floor at one of our outer tables, Leo Fernandez has called the all-in of Italy's Francesco Notaro. Ace-Jack against 10s. We're off to the races. The 10s were in front pre-flop, but not anymore. Notaro has spiked his jack. Leo needs a 10 or a queen on the river. Instead, Notaro doubles up. And Leo is left super short stacked. He's going to have about 57,000. Francesco Notaro up to 784,000. More outer table action. It's an all-in from Spain's Luis Rufas. He's shoved the turn with his set of 5s. A very good chance he's going to get looked up by Andrei Danilyuk, who's got top 2. Onyan Sekularak has decided to fold, so the decision now on Danilyuk. He has called.
Hold on. Está bien. Muy bien. Venga, vamos, vamos.
Rufas has to sweat aces and 10s.
Bien.
He doubles up. So Danilyuk will ship most of his stack across to Rufas.
Wow.
He's left short. Luis Rufas now has 760,000. Well, let's get back to our feature table where it's been folded to Eloy Lopez in the small blind. He has shoved, and Roman Macklin in the big blind has made the call, and he's behind.
The jack now.
Lopez has made excellent moves all day, and now he gets it in as a 68% favorite.
Seems to think a jack's coming. God blimey, he's psychic.
Texas Hold'em, one of the only competitive games in the world where you can play perfect and still lose.
Lopez needs to see a queen.
But you know, he's fertile.
He needs to see it on the river, or he's eliminated.
Very bad luck.
Yep, luck is a factor, buddy. He finishes in 42nd place and collects 15,000 euros.
Nice playing with you.
It's poker.
Well, if you want all-ins, we've got more all-ins, because on one of our outer tables, Giuseppe Pantaleo has got kings up against Christopher Thorson's ace-10. A massive pot, 1.7 million in the middle. And Pantaleo can't bring himself to look as the flop is dealt. He does not want to see that ace. So far, so good.
Oh, he's taking a peek.
Just got to fade an ace on the river. Will the kings hold? They do! Huge pot for Pantaleo. It sees him take the tournament chip lead. Thorson down to 285,000. 1.7 million for the German.
Yanni, where you from?
Take a lucky guess.
I don't know. You got a Greek name, but I would say you're
I got a
Finnish.
Greek name.
But I would say you're from Finland.
I look like a Greek, don't I?
No, you don't. Not good looking enough, you're not.
Plus, it's Yanni spelt with a J rather than a Y. Blinds 8,000, 16,000. Action on Roberto Romanello. He's got Queen Jack.
And he hasn't played a hand in a while. I think it's that time.
He's not smiling, he's not talking. Always a sure sign he is going to play a hand. He moves all in. He's down to his last 208,000. Zachary Korik folds one at a time.
How much is it?
Just the blinds to get through.
210. No, 208.
Berenda's got
208.
tens.
208,000. I started with 210, 2 in the ante.
Paul reshoves. Gets Sisley to fold the big blind. And we're off to the races once again.
That was the thing, I don't want to see it.
And it's these two once again.
Good luck.
Thank you. Same here.
And Paul kind of owes Roberto one. Remember when his King Jack cracked Roberto's aces?
He flopped trip jacks last time. And here it is, it's a jack for Roberto.
And because Georgios Skotadis folded a 10, Paul Berenda only has one out, the last remaining 10 in the deck.
Well, we've already seen one outer today.
Will we see another, or does Roberto Romanello get that double up? And that revenge against Paul Berenda. Yes, two pairs in the end.
Sorry, pal.
Not the best day at the office for Roberto Romanello. He is still alive, but he's by no means one of the chip leaders. Here are the current top 10. The German player Giuseppe Pantaleo sits at the top of the leaderboard right now with 2.3 million. There are 3 Spanish players in the top 10, including the popular Luis Rufas.
Next time at EPT Barcelona, as the field shrinks, the remaining players are looking to the final table and the first prize of €825,000.
I have cards. I'm thinking.
In the hunt are 2 EPT newbies, Georgios Skotadis from Greece.
It has been a really good month for me so far, you know, and I just hope to keep that going.
And the wildcard American, Zachary Korik.
Let me show my hand to the camera. Camera, what do you think?
But don't discount the locals, as there are 6 Spaniards in the mix who want to be the first to win on home soil.
To win this title is incredible, it's a dream for me.